Good morning, Card Meanies. RJ back with another video. So let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day from 2005 Donruss Throwback Threads product, an insert series called the Polo Grounds, because this was a reproduction of a game card back in the early days of cards. Had this back, the original image had this back on it. This is obviously the modern version, and it was a game card. So they put out these game cards of a number of players. Mike Schmidt is one of the many. Don't think it's numbered. Here you go. Yeah, PG number 98. So Mike was number 98 of a 100-card set. Each one was serial numbered, but there were multiple parallels of this because the words and the statements changed. So like all the 98 cards of this particular serial numbered parallel that said ball, short fly to left field, out, all of them had the same, serial number, pattern, and words around the side, but the player and the information were different, and the number was different, but everything else was the same. So you have many cards of this, many variations. There were about, I believe, 54 parallels of this card. So I have to get like 54 different Mike Schmidt cards. And this, I think I'm up to about 30, 36, 34, something like that of these. They're very hard to find. Very pricey when you get them, could cost as much as 20 bucks. But, they're so hard to find. Whenever I find them, I snap them up real quick. So that's my random Mike Schmidt item of the day. My random baseball item of the day. I had talked about this card a while ago. I picked up one. I found someone had sent me, or I had received one of these cards, or maybe even just pulled it out of my binder to show off the Mike Schmidt one. But from 2013, I picked up the entire set of Across the Years. This is Mr. Trumbo on the top from 2013, Allen Ginter. What it is, and I'm going to show off the Sandy Koufax version. He is the last one in the set. I have my set stacked by date. You'll see what I mean in a moment. They are not numbered. They are alphabetical listing. So it'll be Across the Years on the back, ATY SKX, Sandy Koufax. So what it is the player featured either a star of the past or a current star. It says an item that happened on that person's birthday. On Koufax's birthday, 12/30/35, superstar of film and theater Helen Hayes appeared as Time's cover girl. And then it lists several other individuals born on the same day as the person on the card. So, for example, Tiger Woods was born on the same date, December 30th, as Sandy Koufax, as was Davy Jones for the Monkees. So a couple other people that are lesser known to me, but maybe you guys know them. Anyway, it's a full set of cards, and I had to have it. Went on the Bay, found a very inexpensive version of that, because again, very few people but me want these kinds of silly sets, but I'm happy to have them. Today's trivia question, as we are with this week, I'm going to show off a card from my TCMA Stars of the 50s set. And the question is, who is this player? Now, again, this week it's all about MVPs, but non-Hall of Fame MVPs. So, who is this individual? He is a former MVP, wearing the uniform of the person for which he won his MVP. I am not saying that he won his MVP in the 50s. That's just when this set was, but he could have. I'm just not saying it. But this is a person who won an MVP award. Your task is to tell me, who is this person, all right? What you're playing for, again, 5 cards from the 1987 high-grade baseball all-time greats set, all Hall of Famers. You've got Luke Appling, Joe Cronin, Lefty Grove, Christy Mathewson, all-time legend, and Bill Terry. So those 5 cards for a correct answer, or an answer. I will include my email in the description below, along with a repeat of that question. You will have today and tomorrow to answer. We will pick a winner on Sunday, all right? Good luck to everybody on that one. So today what I want to show off, I'm going to break in a second. I'm going to show you an image. I was on Facebook Marketplace and I saw something. And it really intrigued me because of something that was included in this image. So give me a second. I'm going to pause here. We're going to take a look at the image that was listed on Facebook Marketplace. All right, hang on. Okay, so this is the image that I saw on Facebook Marketplace. What you're looking at is almost a complete box of 1983 Fleer stamps. This is how they came, and they were released in 1983. Fleer put out a series of stamps in 1982 that were in giant packaged sheets. I have that whole set from 1982. I've shown it off before. It was 4 packages, A, B, and C, of 242, I think 242 stamps. But this one was released in these plastic cases, and it had a header picture on it. And I thought, well, this is freaking awesome. I mean, look at this. I could get the whole box. Maybe I get all the stamps. And look who's in the center picture right there, Mike Schmidt. Now, I'm doing my mind, 1983, who possibly could also be pictured there? Pete Rose, Nolan Ryan, legendary players. I was going to buy the whole box. It was like $50. And I really wanted the box. And then I thought to myself, wait a second, what do I want? All I really want is the Mike Schmidt guy. So I looked online and I found that I could have the whole case of Mike Schmidt. And in fact, available in 3 different colors. If you look there, you can see greens and reds, but there's also a blue. So I found if I went online, there was a place where I could purchase 3, the red, the green, and the blue Mike Schmidt plastic case of these stamps. And that's what I did. Give me a second. We're going to come back and I will show you what I picked up, but due to this image. All right. So like I said, I went on the bay, and for less than half the price of that box, it was $60 shipped. And then when I said no, the person actually responded, well, how about $50 shipped? They really wanted to get rid of it. And I said no. I'm half tempted to go back because maybe I can actually pick up the entire set of stamps. I doubt it. I don't think there were enough plastic cases in that box to have the whole set. So it would have just been a money down the drain for things I don't want, and not having a whole set, which I could probably get on the bay as a whole set separately for less money than $50. Anyway, I picked up, like I said, the red, the green, and the blue with the Mike Schmidt top. If you see there, it's got 18 stamps in it and 11 quizzes. I think I've shown off some of these things before in my 1982. I'm going to open it up. It's interesting little case here. It's hinged down there, and it's got these little tabs here that hold it closed, and you pop that open, and there's your stamps. And this thing comes out, including the Mike Schmidt header, comes out too, and you get this long chain of different stamps. So I got Tom Bernansky, Tom Hume, Tom Seaver, Jim Palmer, Lance Parrish. Here's a poster offer. I know a number of people I've seen on the YouTube community have shown off those posters they got for these mail-in offers over the year. George Foster, Al Oliver, Willie Wilson, Jim Sundberg. Get a couple team stickers there. Jason Thompson, Joe Morgan and the Giants, Raleigh Fingers on the Brewers, a couple more stickers, Lou Piniella, and then Johnny Wokenfuss at the end. So this is how the 1983 Fleer stamps were issued. And I picked it up again simply because I had not ever had these cases. In fact, I did not ever know until I saw that Facebook Marketplace listing for that box of unopened plastic packs that this is how 1983 Fleer stamps were issued. Now I know, now you know, and maybe you guys can find, find a similar thing. It's interesting too here. It says dime bank. So you could actually, if you pull out those stamps and then leave this thing intact, you can actually get use it as a bank. And funny thing is, it's got a little belt clip too. So they really put a lot of thought, Fleer did, into making this little package. It's kind of a cool little thing. I'm just thrilled because now I've got 3 new additions to my Mike Schmidt collection. I think it's a really awesome item. Again, the only reason I would have bought the whole box is to get the whole set of stamps. I don't want a lot of these plastic cases laying around my house. I want these 3 because they're Mike Schmidt, one of each color. But I don't care about the other stamp holders, the other tap things. It's not interesting to me. So I'm happy with that. That's all I'm going to tell you. All right. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, did anybody else out there not even know these plastic cases existed? I think that's fantastic. So let me know what your thoughts. Please consider like, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. I really do appreciate your support as I try my best for everybody else in this great card community. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your week. Come back on Friday. Take care.